Hey, Pete here from RC Car Action and Boost with something I know you guys are dying to see. This is the Traxxas Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG 6x6, the first ever six-wheeler from Traxxas. We've got 6 wheels and tires on 3 portal axles with T-lock remote locking differentials and the high-low transmission, making this the most feature-packed and capable TRX trail truck yet. And you even get an LED light set. So if you want the ultimate TRX trail truck, this is it, and I'm sure you want me to stop talking and get it out of the box. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, I skipped the unboxing for this one because there's nothing unusual in the way it comes out of the box. Like other Traxxas models, there's a styrofoam plug at each end. The TQI transmitter is in one of those styrofoam plugs, and then you've got a poly bag with the manual, exploded views, parts lists, some hex drivers, and a 4-way wrench. So nothing unusual in terms of how the truck comes out of the box. As for the truck itself, as you can see, it is definitely a gorgeous looking model. This reads as a full black, I'm sure, on video, but it is actually a metallic black, especially in the sun, you can really see it. But it's got a very, very fine flake to it. It's really a nicely done paint job. And as you can see, this one has got a complete LED light set. But these are nice bright LEDs. You can see that this strip under here is also lit up. You've got LEDs in that visor as well. These marker lights are lit on the fenders and on the sides there. And you've got glowing tail lights. And actually, you can actually see that metal flake in there. That's nice. So I'm glad that does read. I don't think it really does it justice on the video, but you can see it a little bit in there. But it's a really great looking truck. You've got the roll bar back here, which is in a nice bright chrome. And Traxxas did a nice job on this kind of fish mouth detail that lets it appear to disappear into the side of the bed there, just like the full-size truck. The tires are new for this one. That's a new tread design. It's not a officially licensed tread. It just says Traxxas on the sidewall there, but it is a more scale look. I really like this kind of dimple detailing in the sidewall there. And you do get these Mercedes caps that go in the center. There's actually an O-ring in the cap that grabs the extra axle threading that is going past the mounting nut. And this red detailing is pretty neat. And that's actually not on the tire, that's part of the rim. And this is a new 2.2-inch wheel for Traxxas. The outside diameter of the tire is the same as you would find on other TRX-4 models. Give or take a few millimeters maybe, I haven't actually measured it. But the rim itself has a larger diameter. This running board detailing is part of the chassis, as are these side pipes, just like on the G500 model. And we've got some very nice side mirrors on here. You've got windshield wiper detailing. Everything just really nicely done on this truck. If you are wondering about wheelbase, we'll see what Traxxas says officially because their numbers come right off of the CAD drawings, but by my tape measurement, I show the distance from the front to the middle wheels as 12.6 inches or 320 millimeters, and from the front wheel all the way back to the rearmost wheels is 455 millimeters or 17.9 inches. So if you're wondering how big it is, there you go. Okay, so here's the TRX-6 in the buff. Like other TRX models, you have the XL5 HV power system. This will handle a 3S LiPo. You've got a 21-turn reverse rotation motor in there, 550 size can, brushed. There's your high-low transmission servo. And you've got a distribution block here for the LED light set. And let's go ahead and take a look at that light set. Let me grab the body over here. Traxxas does a really nice job with light kits. Of course, you've got the LEDs tapped right into the bucket so they align properly. And you've got these spots on the chassis that hold the wires and keeps everything neatly arranged so it's not like spaghetti in there. And there's little clips. Everything is neatly arranged and tied off. They just do a nice job. And if you've ever installed one of these light sets, the other TRX-4 models have all those mounting positions in the bodies, and Traxxas makes it really easy to install the lights. But of course with this one, they're installed for you. It's fully ready to run. The lights come good to go. All right, back to the truck itself. We've got the standard TRX-4 battery tray, which has got the high-low strap, so you can put a fat 3S pack in there like I've got here. You can flip it over for less tall 2S packs or other batteries. And we do have complete fender wells here. Of course, those are new parts to cover the dual rear wheels. And you can see we've got 3 positions for rock lights on this one. And of course, you've got the rock lights for the front fenders as well. Turn this around. As usual, the receiver is in a watertight box, and we have 2 servos for the T-lock remote locking differentials. That's for your front axle, and this servo handles the 2 rear axles, and instead of 1 cable, we now have 2 because those lock and unlock together from the 1 servo. Got that nice side pipe detailing, just like on the G500. The links are black anodized or black oxide coated steel. The same curvilinear spline drive shafts on the other TRX-4 models. These might be different lengths, but it's the same, design. And of course, you're getting portal axles for all 6 axles. Quite a bit of thought when getting the linkages correct for this, so that it will operate like the full-size 6x6 and deliver maximum trail performance. And these are unique links for this model. And of course, on this second axle, if we're counting back from the front, you've got a pass-through. You can see how the drive shaft will come in on this side and then exits. On this side, you've got a short shaft to connect to the rear axle. And again, portals all around. I'm going to go ahead and remove the wheels and tires so we can get a little closer look. So these covers will just pop off with a screwdriver. You can see there's a little O-ring in there that will grab the threads of the axle. And I've got Traxxas speed bits here, so I'll just spin this off. And there's our portal, and you probably don't need to see me remove the other 5 wheels and tires, so we'll just skip ahead. All right, with the wheels off, we can get a closer look at the chassis here. You can just see the 2075X steering servo tucked in there. Metal gear servo like the other TRX-4 models. This one has the same configuration too, with a pan-hard bar running parallel to that steering link. That way you don't have bump steer, you minimize axle walk. Standard portal axles like other TRX-4 models. You've got these nice skid plates on the front and the rear. They are plastic, not metal, so those will get dinged up, but I will not be surprised if Traxxas or the aftermarket has an actual aluminum skid plate for the front and for the rear. There's one in him back as well. And those look great. And in the back, you can see that we've got dual 4-link setups here. You've got 4 links for the rearmost axle, and then 4 links again for the center axle. And the shocks are the same narrow diameter scale style GTRs. Actually, GTS is what they're called for the TRX-4 model. But those look great. They are a threaded body aluminum shock. Another look at those side pipes. And if you're wondering about the chassis, it is a steel rail chassis like other TRX models, but the chassis rails are each one piece. It's one long rail from front to back. Traxxas didn't just bolt extensions on or do something like that. That is a one-piece rail that goes all the way to the rear bumper. And you can see they've got these kind of standoffs that drop down from the chassis for the rear suspension links. Like other TRX trucks, you've got metal drive hexes that are bolted to the axles with a pass-through crosspin. Got the Loctite on the axles there from the factory. Portals for increased ground clearance. You've got this front position for the battery as well if you want to put one up there. You can see the aluminum case on the servo. Just a really nice looking model. All right, so that is the Traxxas TRX-6. I'm going to go ahead and get those wheels and tires back on, remount the body, and we'll get it out on the trail.